Howdy folks, Judd here, the forage and crop specialist with Legacy Seeds. It's August 7th. We're on our research and learning center in Waupaca. And despite a really wet spring, this happens to be our Ration Choice silage plot. We have really good growth here. Fortunately, on 26 acres and a full-time agronomist, he can pick the day he wants to plant. So we didn't have to force in 1,000 acres between rain. He could do it at the right timing. So planting timing was huge here. He did a nice job of weed control and fertilizing. So we have a beautiful plot. I want to talk a little bit about our Ration Choice program. So we have grain corn specific hybrids. We have flexible acre, which can fit grain or silage needs. And we have our Ration Choice, which is silage specific. The difference between the flexible acre and the Ration Choice leafies is apparent in their plant makeup. So on my left is a flexible acre hybrid. So grain or silage. Excellent starch content, excellent yield, and pretty good fiber digestibility. You can see typical grain hybrid. Whoops, sorry. There's 5 or 6, 7 leaves above the ear. On this leafy, we're going to get 10 or 12, sometimes up to 13 or 14 leaves above the ear. Where we maximize this is in that 32, 34, 36,000 plants per acre. Gets a good tonnage, good starch content. Where we maximize a leafy is around that 28 to 30,000 plants per acre, because we want this cob to flex out and match all the fiber of all these leaves on the plant. Strengths here is it'll take one floury starch. It's a very soft starch. It only needs to ensile for about 6 weeks, and your starch will be very available to your cow. This plant here, it's a little harder starch. It's going to need to ensile a little longer, maybe up to 6 months before this starch is available. They both work. If your bunkers are flush and you have inventory to carry over, this is a great option. You have an option to sell some for grain. If you're running a little short on feed or feeding a really high ration like 90% corn silage, this softer starch is a little better. You can feed it faster and it's not as hard on your cow. So depending on what you and your nutritionist like, we have options to fit all needs on the dairy. They both ton really well. They're both very vigorous plants. Defensive, they can handle a lot of soil types, and I've seen them both do over 30 tons pretty consistent. So really nice options. If you haven't yet, I would check out our website, www.legacyseeds.com, and you can select our Ration Choice varieties in the corn guidebook.